2025 Minnesota Vikings came into the season with high expectations. They had just come off of a playoff appearance. They felt that they had their franchise quarterback ready to go. They had just brought in a whole crew of free agents, of veteran leadership to help lead the rest of the team, while the rookie quarterback, the young quarterback, came into his own. And all expectations were not unwarranted. Kevin O'Connell's the quarterback whisperer. They have a great supporting cast, great receivers. They invested in the offensive line, the defensive line. Brian Flores is back as the defensive coordinator. Everything seemed to be in the perfect place for the Vikings to take that next step. But one thing was about to make that whole thing crash. And that was the struggles of J.J. McCarthy. Now, whether it is J.J. McCarthy's problem, not ready to be a quarterback, not going to be a good quarterback in the league, a coaching situation problem, a front office issue, there's a lot of speculation out there. But regardless, at the end of the day, the Vikings ended up a very, very big letdown. Fans were upset. The front office and the coaching staff apparently not getting along. Rumors that J.J. McCarthy was drafted by the GM but wasn't wanted by the coach, the one that's been preaching about him for 2 years. And it all led to a horrible start, unhappiness from some of the players, especially Justin Jefferson, the star of the franchise. All the big-ticket free agents that they brought in the year before either didn't work out, retired due to injury, or left, or were traded away because there was no future near enough for them to want to stay and stick it out. And now because of all that, the Vikings had to go into a whole different realm this offseason than what I think anybody was expecting, and that is essentially a rebuild. Yes, there are some key pieces still here. Yes, Flores is still here. Kevin O'Connell is still the coach, but there's a new GM. There's a new quarterback in Kyler Murray who's come over after being jettisoned out of Arizona, looking for a second opportunity in the NFL to make sure that people know he can do it still at a high level. And then there's J.J. McCarthy, who, whether it is a lack of skill or a lack of preparation, whether on his part or the coaching staff's part, is looking to prove himself once again. And that leaves a lot of questions surrounding this team. And I'm here to answer those questions. We are going to go back to my initial franchise here when I first made this channel, and we are going to rebuild the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be my franchise for the long haul. I don't know what the plan is at this point for this franchise. I don't know where it's going to take me. What I do know is that I have a lot of skin in the game here because this is my team. I'm a Vikings fan in real life. I am thinking that if there is anything that I can do, it's to fix this team. We have a lot of questions to answer. We have a lot of what ifs to get into, and can we turn this franchise around and finally get them a championship? That's the question. And welcome back. I am back. I know I've been gone quite a while. And I told you guys in a recent video, a previous video, and I think a post or two, I just couldn't play Madden 26 anymore. I couldn't. I had enough of the game. It was already bad enough before some issues started popping up that were making the franchise harder to run. And with that all put together, I just was completely checked. I recorded one episode, and I could tell immediately when I started editing that I was not in a good mood and I was not having fun. And I didn't want to force a video out just to say I got some views and to, whatever. I'm not saying I didn't want to make you guys happy, but I felt like the way that my video was built, it wasn't going to be a good video. I didn't like it. So I deleted it and I just stepped away. I hope that I don't have to do that again. But as I'm sure you guys know, this game has been up and down over the years. And I needed to step away. And then I know I told you guys I was going to come back for CFB. I had every intention to do that. But then all of these issues started popping up. The whole microtransaction movement and the don't play movement and all this stuff. And I felt like that is something that I agree with, like the movement that it was. And if I was to create a video or start creating videos on the game while this was all happening, that it would be disingenuous of me. And again, I don't want to come off that way. I feel like you guys know how I feel about the game in certain situations. And I didn't want to just be like, well, I just want some views and I haven't posted in a while, so let me just do this anyway. Even though my lack of content hasn't really ever changed the landscape of YouTube or anything like that. I'm not saying that I have a huge voice here, but the intention is there, right? And then that's sort of where I was at with it. And then once that sort of finally passed, it was... When did that finally pass? It was like maybe mid-July, I think. Maybe mid-July. Mid to late July, something like that. And as some of you know, I'm into sports cards, big time. I love sports cards, football cards to begin with, or to, like, that's what I'm into, is football cards only. I do with some baseball, but that's really because of my daughter. But anyway, we had the National. I don't know if any of you guys are card people, heard about the National. I went to the National. I was there for 3 days. And between the issues with CFB, the timing of the National and me being gone, and the timing of just that whole thing, I was like, am I going to bite off more than I can chew trying to balance 2 games on one channel when I already have a limited schedule the way it is? And that's when I made a decision, like, I'm just going to go full on for until Madden 27 drops. I didn't want to do that. I did want to do some CFB content, but again, I didn't want to be disingenuous. I didn't want to give off the I don't mind if they have microtransactions in franchise vibe, even though I don't think you guys would have assumed that. It's just how I am. I'm not gonna, if I don't agree with something and there's something going on, I'm gonna try my best to, you know, help out with that, even if it's a minor amount. And so I was like, I'm not touching the game until this is fixed. And then they did fix it, but then it didn't roll out in the right update, and then it was another week, and then it was. And then at that point, I'm like, well, we have like 2-3 weeks before Madden drops. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to run both games simultaneously for my own sanity, right? Like, am I going to be able to do a CFB series and a Madden series, plus find tip videos, plus do team builder content? I know I'm not going to be able to. And then I was like, with all this happening now, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to pick up in Madden 27, and we're going to do the franchise right. And that's where we're at. Now, what I'm going to tell you guys right now is I have decided that I am going to start on console. And there's a couple of reasons for this. I know I can't just switch magically to PC. I understand that. But I don't know what the process is going to look like for the mods to be available, and I can't wait 3 months. You know, and then there's no offense to those guys. I get it's a lot of work. It's just I can't wait 3 months. I have to get a franchise started. You know what I mean? I didn't really think that through when I was talking about PC and mods. Now, does that mean I'm not going to touch the mods? Absolutely not. I'm going to once they drop. I don't know how I'm going to work it yet, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure something out, even if it's a second like mini franchise or something like that. I don't know, but that's where I'm at. I also have implemented my own rules using AI. And I don't mean I needed AI to tell me what I could and couldn't do. I just sort of use it as like an organizational tool. And I'm going to share with you guys what I ended up deciding. I essentially just took all the things that had pissed me off about Madden last year, and I put that into AI, into Gemini here. And I said, I need to come up with rules that I'm going to follow to make sure that I'm trying to make this franchise as fun as possible. And I know you guys are fully aware of the issues that we ran into last Madden. And I'm going to do my best to stick to this to a T. There are some that are worded a little weird, but we'll just go through them quick. So the rules for the franchise, guys. These are rules that I'm going to follow to make sure that this experience is as authentic as it can be. And if you guys don't like this, I'm sorry, go ahead and skip forward a minute or two, but I feel like I owe it to you guys to explain everything because I've been gone a while. And I feel like you guys will get a kick out of this. And maybe, who knows, maybe you guys want to copy this stuff over and follow it yourself. So anyway, scouting and drafting rules is number 1. I mentioned this towards the end of Madden. And essentially, I'm sick of being good at drafting. And I'm not saying I'm a genius at it. It's just the CPU isn't very good. So scouts honor restrictions. The one that I always say is the best one. It is the best one. It's overpowered when it comes to this stuff. I am not allowed to equip it in back-to-back years. So, which means I can use it, but I cannot use it every year. It has to be at least alternating. Don't know if I'll even use it. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet. It's going to depend on a couple of things, but that's where I'm at. I cannot use it every single season. You guys will decide after this video here if we're using it first season or we're not using it. Put it down in the comments. I tried to get the AI to understand the scouting system here. It did not understand it whatsoever. Like, essentially what I'm trying to get to is like this stuff down here. Rigid regional scouts are locked to their assigned. Yeah, we know that already. There's no way to do that. But like, if you look within here, there are some things that are helpful. Like, I tried explaining how the tier system works with the scouts to AI, and it just didn't get it. But this one is one I'm going to follow. You must use your 6 focus scouting private workout slots specifically on those 65. Well, obviously, yeah. Provided they fit the GM rationale. Now, forgive me for the AI slop stuff. Like, it says dumb things sometimes. But essentially what it's stating is that if I'm going to use the private workouts or the focus scouting, it has to be at a position of need. I can't just freewheeling just put out any player I want to just because I want them. You know what I mean? Like, if we have a really good receiver or 2 really good receivers like we do right now, Jefferson and Addison, I can't use private focus for that because obviously there's other needs. There's line issues, there's secondary issues, there's linebacker issues. I have to use it in the real, like, in the scope of where a GM would use it. Like, where are our needs, not just what I want, you know? Just because I might find a really fast guy somewhere down at the bottom of the draft, I can't use that to focus scout him to know that I have a steal. And speaking of that, right here, I am not allowed to draft a player more than 1 round earlier than they're projected. So this is going to go for talents as well. Okay. So let's say we have a 4th round prospect that is an early 1st round pick, right? We unlock the talent. We know it's a great player. I am not allowed to take that 4th round prospect in the 1st round. I am not allowed to take that prospect until the 3rd round and just hope that they're available, to give the other teams availability to potentially realize that and take a stab at them. I think that's fair. I think that is something that I have definitely abused in the past, not like with malicious intent, but just because I did. I knew this guy was a 1st round talent. He's in the 4th round. I'll grab him in the 2nd round. I'm good. I'm happy. No, we are going to try to limit that. Just because I'm good at it and the CPU is not very good at it is not fair. And also, I am allowed 1 trade up and 1 trade down per draft. This is going to be a little bit of a gray area. I feel like it's going to be dependent on the situation. Like, if I'm trading down in a draft because we have like no capital, like let's say I used a bunch of draft picks to trade up one year and we have like 2 picks that season, a real team is going to trade down multiple times. I'm just trying to eliminate the lack of realism as much as possible is what I'm trying to get out of this. So we'll use it within the scope of what it's saying. Essentially, I can't just trade up all the time I want. I was going to not even have trade up as an option. However, the CPU can trade this year in Madden 27. I can confirm that through the beta play that I had. To what extent, I'm not 100% certain on the final release. We're going to be a lot more picky in the trade up, trade down situation. Now moving on to playbooks and schemes. This was another area that I felt like in the way of trying to fix the game, I made my own playbooks, right? But the CPU can't. And that's not fair. But now this year we have coach mode. And yes, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, we are doing coach mode for this franchise. This is not going to be a, CPU versus CPU. Now I'm going to do a go in between. I might do some slow sim for a few drives, whatever, but I'm going to be coaching the team as well. I'm going to be calling the plays and we're going to see if we can have some better balance there. And because of that, I'm going to make it right now. I cannot use custom playbooks. I have to use a default playbook, and I also have to stick within a region. So I am allowed to switch within the same family it calls here, but essentially what that means is it's going to be dependent on the coordinators and it's going to be dependent on the time of year. So if I decide to keep my coordinator from year 1 to year 2, but I don't like the offense, I can switch the book one time. However, it has to be the same type of book. So if it's vertical power run, I have to switch to vertical power run. If it's West Coast zone run, it has to switch to West Coast zone run. The only way I can change the scheme is if I change the coordinator. And also with that in mind, if I was to hire a coordinator, we have to use that same playbook that they have by default. If there ends up being a situation where Madden sucks again when it comes to playbooks, we will make a change on the fly, but that's sort of the rule I'm going to follow here. And I expect you guys to make me follow these. If you guys see that I'm not following them, I'm probably not doing it intentionally. I'm probably doing it because there's a lot of rules here. Just let me know in the comments, and I'll be glad to be like, yeah, I messed that up. Weekly strategy rule. This is another area that really sort of, I think, added to the snowball effect of just bad stuff that was happening. Oh, I almost forgot. Mid-season coordinator lock. Playbook changes are locked during the regular season. If a playbook breaks CPU logic or becomes unplayable in slow sim, you must fire a coordinator switch mid-season. So essentially, I cannot change a playbook mid-season unless I fire my coordinator and hire a new one. That's sort of the rule there. Now, weekly strategy and progression rules. I am going to try to do this sparingly. I'm going to swap around with this. I'm not going to just do half pads all the time because other teams also will do full pads, so that's actually that works against me essentially. But we'll do a lot more half pads instead of full pads. But I've decided I'm only going to sim the practice. I'm not going to play mini games. If I play a mini game, it can only be for one player on offense and one player on defense. And I feel like what we should do is we should pinpoint the exact player that we do this for, and that is the only player I can do it for the entire season. And it's only like, if I'm doing like, let's say one player, let's say linebacker 1, I can only do one linebacker 1, I don't know, we'll say 8 times per season, right? I can't do it every week is what I'm trying to say. I can't do it for all 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 weeks. I can only do it for 8 weeks, not including training camp, right? Training camp is a little different. I feel like preseason should be open for business because that's really the point of preseason. And I'll probably use more of the low end guys for that, like not the guys that I'm really using throughout the season. I'm going to try to build up our depth. But then once the season hits, every other week, every 2 weeks, something like that, we're going to have a rule where I can only do the mini games during those times because we know how quickly these guys can develop, and I don't want the league to get too inflated. And now getting into the UDFA situation, I don't know how this is going to work yet because I saw some posts like by C4 that's saying that there are still a bunch of those high overall guys in the undrafted market. If there are, I don't know what I'm going to do to work around that yet. I don't know if it's fair that I'm the only team in the league that can't go after them. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, UDFAs, I cannot sign any UDFA that is over a 70 overall, just so I can't stack the team, right? I have to allow them to go on to other teams. I can't sign them in week 3. UDFA trait lock, you cannot sign any UDFA. Oh, I don't even know why they put that in there. I don't know why that's a thing. I didn't even ask for that. Anyway, stupid AI. Active roster commitment is one I wanted to make sure. 4-week lock is what it has down. I cannot poach a player off another team's practice squad unless I'm going to have them on the active roster for at least 4 weeks. If I sign a player, they are locked on the roster for 4 weeks. I cannot just sign them to move them to the practice squad. That's not fair. And I also can only poach 2 players per year on practice squads. I think that's fair as well. They put this in here, but there's no way for Madden to actually like follow through with this. So like it was a good idea in thought, but it's not something that can actually be listed. Okay, and then staff loadout and general management are the last ones. Okay, and this is just stating that I cannot use season-long abilities all the time. Like once, like almost like Scout's Honor, but just in general, like I can't use certain things all week. So essentially what this is stating and what this is like labeling out here. So bottom line, you guys saw the rules. I know I just yapped for a lot, but that's not what I do. What do you guys want from me? You know, I yap. However, I'm trying to limit how many things I can do to really make this team super good, super fast. I don't want that. I want a challenge. I want it to be 4, 5, 6 years where it's actually questionable what things are happening. And I want that excitement back. I need that excitement back if I'm going to continue doing this, to be honest with you guys. Like I have to find that excitement again. And that's why I wanted to do the Vikings, and that's why I wanted to make these rules, because like I want to have a challenge again, and I don't have one right now. And I think that's my biggest problem, is I don't have a challenge in this game. But anyway, we're going to follow these rules. I'm expecting you guys to keep me accountable. If you guys notice that I'm not following these rules, let me know. I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm just probably forgetting, to be honest. I don't know how else to put it. So if you guys think I'm doing something wrong, or if I'm missing a rule, please call me out. I want you to do that. I'm telling you that right now. Anyway, let's get to the team. The team itself, I'm a little excited about, okay? I'm excited. I am. We got Murray Minion on the team. You know, we got our own Minion. We got JJ. We got Alter Ego 9. In all seriousness, I don't know what's going to happen with the quarterback. This is going to be one of the most important situations for our early development in this story, is what happens at quarterback. Do we allow JJ McCarthy to compete? Do we just give it to Kyler Murray? I don't know yet. You guys are going to help me decide that. Of course, let me know down below. We're going to see a preseason game today, and that's going to pretty much be the gist of the preseason. Then we're going to roll into the regular season. Obviously, Justin Jefferson is our number one player, offensively and defensively. He is the prime focus of everything. We're going to make sure he's happy. We do not want to lose Justin Jefferson. Jordan Addison, awesome playmaker. Love him. We'll see what happens when it comes down to roster construction, because he is going to be wanting a pretty penny here soon. Can we give him that pretty penny? I don't know yet. I am very high on Ty Felton. In fact, let me show you guys this. To show you guys how serious I am about Ty Felton, I want you guys to see this. These are all Ty Felton cards. Every single one of them. I've been buying him up like crazy. Zebra. Prism Auto. Another... Oh, this is white to 35. Topps Cosmic to 125. Obsidian to... Is this to 15? Nope, 99. Wrong one. This one is to 25. Nope, this one's to 75. I can go on. I have a Genesis as a case hit. I have the footballs, which is out of 16. I have a green auto, another green auto, purple prism checker, which is 249. I also have this just random mosaic red auto. We have an Origins auto. We have a gold to 50. We have another green one. This is called all etch or something like that. It's an SP short print, that means. This one is to 15. Pink select to 15. Light board, which is another SP. Purple to 75. Blue checkerboard. I don't even know what it's a 249, and then this other cheap one to 699. I'm literally heavily invested in Ty Felton, okay? And I'm telling you all this to tell you that we are going to push Ty Felton on this team. I don't know. We'll see what happens. He's normal dev. Doesn't have a lot of good stuff to him right now, but he has a 71 overall, and then the only person in front of him is Juwan Jennings, and I don't know how good Juwan Jennings is going to be, but I do know he's not going to last on the team very long. He's, you know, down a little bit of the older side. Also, if any of you guys ever had Bloom, oh my god, this stuff is so good. I don't know, that was very random. But anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So, we were talking about the team, right? I'm high on Ty Felton. I am also high on Devon Claiborne. This is a guy that they drafted later in the draft. I believe it was 6th round, 5'10", 188. He's a little bit of a smaller guy, but he's fast. He's got some speed to him. And I'm sort of wanting to see where we can go with him. The biggest knock on him coming out of college was his carrying. He does have 79 carrying in the game. I don't know if he has any issues when it comes to, you know, his type of play when it comes to holding onto the ball. But what we do know is he doesn't have any traits. He's 70 overall, and he's fast. And outside of him, we don't have a lot of answers at running back. So if we don't find an answer with him, we might be going in the draft for one, which you guys know I love drafting running backs. I do like Jordan Mason. Aaron Jones, great piece for the offense, but he is older. He is not going to be around much longer. Our offensive line, I feel like, is in a good spot. We do have Will Fry still. Even though it didn't really work out last year, he's still a suitable guard. We have our tackles back and healthy, which is important. Same with our tight end, TJ Hawkinson. He is back. He is fully healthy. Here on the defense, we have two very, very good young defensive linemen in Caleb Banks and Dominique Orange. High draft picks. Vikings went a little against the grain with the Banks pick. I think a lot of people expect him to go elsewhere, and a lot of people didn't expect Banks to go as high. It's not because he doesn't have the talent. It's his injury issues. And are they past him? He was injured coming into the draft process. Apparently the Vikings liked him enough and were happy enough with the medical reports that they were able to review, and I'm assuming that the conversations they had with their doctors and with his doctors, that he's going to be good. And if that is the case, they got a great steal. And him and Orange together could be very, very good for our defense for years to come. We have Redmond right in the middle, who I like. He is, like, if you're a Vikings fan, you love Jalen Redmond. He came on from the practice squad. He worked his way up, and now he ends up supplanting Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave in a single season to be the starter. They're gone. Obviously, it's also because of money, but you guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, onto the linebacker core. We are going to rely heavily on Dallas Turner. I love Dallas Turner. I really want him to succeed. I've been cheering for him since they drafted him. And I'm hoping that we can turn him into an absolute stud on the edge alongside Van Ginkel. But that brings us to probably our first area on defense, is where do we go from here with the edge rusher? We have Dallas Turner, but we're not going to have Van Ginkel for very long. And then also our linebackers. I love Blake Cashman. I think Eric Wilson is amazing. Jake Golday has a very good chance here to become our next Mike starting linebacker. He has been killing it in real life. If you guys follow the Vikings, or if you just follow football in general, you may have heard. But he is on track to being a starter for the Vikings in real life, and I'm hoping that he takes that same path here with us in this franchise. What I'm trying to get at, though, is we're going to need linebackers. Blake Cashman, our best guy, I think he's going to be good for a few more years, but he is 30, so we have to take that into consideration. Behind him, we have Eric Wilson, who is even older, and the only other person behind him is Ivan Pace, who sort of, I guess, lost. I don't know what happened with him. He was so good for his first season, he just sort of fell off a cliff. So we'll see where it goes. We do have Jamal Adams, who the Vikings recently signed in the free agency in real life, on the team as well. The only thing I don't like is they don't have Harrison Smith on the team, who's still in the game. I don't know if he's playing anymore or not. I don't know if I should be re-signing him or not to the team to make it legitimate. But then the last thing is corner. Byron Murphy, our starter. Isaiah Rodgers, another starter. Both guys that I really like. We have some interesting faces at the rest of the positions, like James Pierre, who's come on during the offseason, who should be a very good contributor to us. But then Chuck Demmings has been on everybody's radar in real life. Like, this guy is playing exceptionally well. He came out of Stephen F. Austin. His biggest knock is that he didn't face enough competition, and now he's locking up Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison in training camp. So this is another guy, along with Ty Felton, that I seriously want to try to develop. Like, if I'm going to follow that two-player rule, I can see me doing Ty Felton on offense and Chuck Demmings on defense. I know his name is Charles Demmings, but I guess it goes by Chuck. I might even change his name to Chuck in the game. I don't know yet, but we'll find out. I'm also going to change faces of some of these guys that don't have pictures, because they have horrible options for them. And yeah, but that's minor things. I'll fix that stuff up. But that is where we're at right now. So I'm happy with where the team is at. I think there are some good pieces here, but we do have a lot of work to do, and we have a lot of questions to answer, especially at the quarterback position. And that is going to be our focus for the first season, is what happens. Are we keeping JJ? Are we keeping Murray? Are we going to re-sign him? Are we drafting a new quarterback? Chances are we're probably going to draft a new quarterback, but I don't know yet. Who knows? Maybe 9 comes back to play, and 9 is like seriously good, and he does the whole like thing, and he's actually good this time. I don't know. We'll find out. We don't have a lot of cap, though. We have $17.8 million in cap space, and if you guys have not seen Madden 27 yet, I'm going to do a video just running through a breakdown of it, just like I've done in the past, for you guys that haven't touched it yet, or maybe are just getting back into Madden, so you guys know where to go with all this stuff, because it looks very different this year. All the same information is pretty much there, but it's in different spots, so it can be a little confusing. So now you're gonna have your game day, which is where you can start your game or advance your week. You have your weekly hub. You're gonna have all of these tiles here for things to do. Like, you can see that Banks and Orange both want some extra work, so you can do extra work. It does not tie into the mini games or practice or training camp at all. And then it has other things like staff shakeup. You can hire and fire staff. We can do scouting, and of course training camp. So we're going to start things off at training camp, and we are going to see where things go. So let's go ahead and let's get started. I feel like it's only right to give JJ McCarthy as best a shot as possible. So we're going to start off training camp with him doing the bucket drop. I don't know if you guys have seen this game before. It can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but once you get the hang of it, it's super easy, and I actually enjoy playing it. So we're going to start here over on X. Or circle, I'm sorry. Oh my God, that was horrible in the first one. So this one is all about getting it done as fast as possible, as much as it is about hitting the signs. I'm going to try to do this while talking. I might have missed. Yeah, I did. But you essentially have to move the stick while you're precision passing, and it can be a sort of a pain in the butt. But like I said, once you get a hang of it, it's actually pretty fun. Oh gosh, I can hear music in the background. I'm probably gonna have to mute the track of Madden because Soulja Boy, Swag Surfing is playing in the background now, and I know for a fact that is going to demonetize this video. But you guys can sort of see the gist of it. You just throw it into the circles. I was short. We're going to try again. It's hard to do this and talk at the same time, as dumb as that sounds. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. Like, it's harder to, like, talk your way through this stuff and do the same exact stuff that you're used to doing anyway. Where the f did I throw that? Oh my god, I am screwing this up royally. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting gold here. I remember, like, before when I wasn't talking, I would just get this done in no time at all. And I would get it perfect, and I wouldn't even have to question it. Like, I sort of figured it out there at the last second. Not enough to get gold, so we're gonna try again. Where I was just those first couple throws that really threw me off. And I always do bullet pass, so that way it just goes as fast as possible, because this is timed as well. You want to get this done as fast as you can without taking up too much time. I just said the same thing twice in a row, but differently, and it sounded really stupid in my own ears. So I'm assuming it sounded stupid to you guys too. Okay, see, we're getting good time here. Oh, did I get it? Yes, I did. And last one. Oh, I screwed that one up. Okay, let's see if we can get it this time. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We got gold. So us doing that got him 2 skill points and 4,000 XP, which is going to be very important. We can also still help Kyler Murray and do the evade drill. I don't like this drill. This drill is sort of stupid, and it's a pain in the butt. I think it's actually harder than the other drill once you get used to the passing mechanic. I always lob these passes. I don't know if you guys do this, but I always lob them anytime I do this because... Okay, I dodged it. You have to move your player as soon as you throw the ball. Otherwise, you're going to get sacked, and then it resets your timer. So I'm always constantly moving like that. I don't know if you saw that or not. And if I loft it, I usually get inner circle or bullseye. Like, as long as I don't stay too far away from the... Or if I stay, like, a decent amount away from the actual thing, like back in the back half of the circle instead of the front half, it usually works pretty well. Sometimes you have to adjust it slightly to hit the targets. Oh, and I don't want to reset the timer. I would rather take an extra second or two to throw a good pass than I would reset the timer. And you will see that you actually get better points by doing that. All right, this is definitely the first time I've been doing this. So if you guys are watching, this is the first time that I've done this drill. It's definitely not the 3rd or 4th time. Oh, I'm out of the circle. Get back in. Get back in. Okay. Got it. Okay. 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 You know what I find hilarious is, like, when I'm doing these drills and I'm struggling with, like, the easiest things ever. And then I think about, like, last night when I was playing Call of Duty Warzone and I'm, like, running around, jumping off of walls and doing, like, these absolutely stupid things that, like... It makes it look like I would never do those kind of things if you're watching this gameplay right now. But I would say, like, I'm not like super good at Warzone. Like, I'm not like one of those content creator guys that just is getting like 80 kills every game. But I keep my own for sure, man. I can keep my own in Warzone for sure. So, like, to see me struggle with, like, the slightest movement adjustments in this game and then seeing how I perform in Warzone is just hilarious to me. There we go. Finish that one off good. Also, this is not an ad, but if you like actual apple taste, like not like apple juice taste, but actual apple, Bloom Crisp Apple. It's a sparkling energy drink. It's supposed to be a little bit more healthier for you if you haven't heard of it before. Amazing. I love it. It literally, like, when I drink this, I feel like I'm literally taking a bite out of an apple. It's so refreshing. I love it. Totally not an ad. I am not a big enough follower for people to actually pay me to tell them anything about products. So honestly, I'm not getting paid for this. I recently found this drink and I tried it, and now I drink this instead of coffee now. All right, so here we go. Next drill, Damon Claiborne. Boom. And with these, I go outside like that. I'm just going to give you guys little tips on what I do on these because I feel like these guys can be a pain in the ass sometimes. You have to get as close sometimes to those outside routes as to the bags as possible without hitting them. Otherwise, they're gonna converge on you. Like that one's pretty easy. But you saw the last one. I had to really curve that out to make sure I could get around the first defender. And you're gonna get caught like this sometimes. The key is to try to not get caught too many times. I mean, obviously that sounds very obvious, but what I mean by that is you have wiggle room for like maybe 1 or 2 bad runs, but you really need to score on about 95% of your runs to maximize the points and actually get gold. So like, that's why you got to really try to like almost run into those barriers and then cut back last second, because the pursuit angles seem to be a little bit better this year's mini games than they were in previous. And you can still squeeze through like that, but you have to be precise with it. So here, I'm going to set it up. Yep, there we go. And that little back and forth I do, you can see how it shifts the linebackers. Like, watch when I shift these guys like this. I bring them both this way, and then I can use that to my advantage to get outside and get away from them. Very important that you do that. And then on the pitch ones here, I let the setup happen. Sometimes, I couldn't get it. Sometimes I juke, sometimes I do that. You can do sort of both. It depends on the angle, but I should have just went with the first option. There we go. Nice juke. And that should leave me enough to get one more playoff, and hopefully I score, and that will get me gold. There we go. Got it. Are you guys excited for the franchise? I am, dude. I've been looking forward to this actually for the last month. And I feel like that's why I'm like super excited, and I'm actually happy to be back because I'm excited. I don't know if you guys know this. The Jets aren't very fun. The uniforms aren't good. Like, at least sometimes you have teams like, for me, the Browns, I love the Browns because of their uniforms. Don't ask me why. I love their uniforms. I don't know if it's just because it's like classic Madden. I love their uniforms. I've always have. Not the ones that they did for a while there with Baker Mayfield. Like when he was there, the weird like futuristic ones. The ones they have now and the ones they had in like the 2000s, I love those uniforms. So like I don't mind playing as the Browns because I like their uniforms. The Jets, I'm sorry if you're a Jets fan, your uniforms suck. They are so boring. The striping just like, there would be so much better if there was less white involved in the jersey itself, or if there was like a black accent. Not a lot, just a little bit, just to like make it a little bit broken up. I don't know, man. I just don't like it. And I really am not a big green fan when it comes to football jerseys either. I don't know. I like blue, I like red, I like black, I like orange. I literally like every color except green, I think. I'm not a big fan of yellow. It depends how it's done. Anyway, I didn't have fun. I was not having fun. I think you guys could see it. I'm excited. I'm actually excited to play this because I love the Vikings. And this is like the best way to get me back into what I was doing before. And this one is another toughie because there is another guy in the Vikings named Dylan Bell who is turning heads. He's starting to make some plays. So even though I want to push Ty Felton, I sort of want to see if I can get Dylan Bell to be good in this game as well. So I think I'm going to do Dylan Bell for this drill. So Dylan Bell was an undrafted guy the Vikings picked up, and he has been actually making some good plays, and it looks like he might be a roster lock. I hope that's the case anyway. Okay, and now this year, I don't know how that didn't count. This year, when you're doing this drill, you don't want to do the old drill like I used to do. Like, I'm going to restart this one to show you. Like, I used to tell you guys to do this and then cut back. You can still do that, but the trajectory of the football is a little different this year. And I used to also do this and then do like this roundabout approach, which again, you can still do. It's just not as effective. And this is a much easier approach. I'll show you. I'm going to restart though quick so I am not wasting more reps. But if all I do is I don't even press sprint, I just go in a circle like that. That's it. I just go straight left, bring it up, and then I hit, as I'm turning back to the right, I hit sprint. So as I go back towards the goal line here, I'm hitting sprint, and then I'm pretty much sending a bullet pass or maybe a touch pass. I'm not lobbing it. Getting caught up like that really sucks. Oh, I might have also, I saved it. There we go. Yeah, and it just dummies them out every time. So it works the best way for this drill. You see how he wants to get up there and press me, but he can't. That's why it's really hard. And also, it's a lot harder to get Actually, this is going better than it was with Felton when I did a test franchise, to be honest with you. Felton was having such a hard time getting his feet down. Dylan Bell is not. All right, there we go. I'm super excited about these guys. I really am. Like, 'cause I follow the Vikings in real life, so like every little detail about the little players, like the practice squad guys and the undrafted guys, I know about, you know, and I feel like that's going to give me a little bit more of an advantage in this game than it has with other ones. So, oh, that was a 2-pointer. I didn't even know that. Sweet. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do pocket protector, just in case you guys don't see this stuff very often. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't. Let's do Caleb Tiernan. Now, this is a good option here for me. I could go Donovan Jackson. I could go Caleb Tiernan. Tiernan is a rookie. He's a left tackle. He's got hidden development, and we don't really know what's going to happen here. What I mean by that is Christian Darrisaw has been hurt on and again, off again for like 2 years. Ryan O'Neal, same thing, also 3 years older. So I don't know if I'm better off doing the drill with Caleb Tiernan to try to build him up to eventually replace one of these guys, or if I'm better off doing it with Donovan Jackson. Because Donovan Jackson, I think, is going to be fine the way he is, right? Caleb Tiernan, though, has a chance to be a really good tackle for us. So, yeah, we're going to go Tiernan. We're going to go Tiernan. He's got hidden development. He'll get the most work out of this. I try to like the training camp stuff for the younger guys that are just getting into the league to give them that little extra boost. I don't really like doing it with starters all that often. I don't know if you guys have picked up on that. I don't like it. So, and remember, when you do this drill, as soon as that one pops up, you got to go get it. It's sort of out of the way a little bit, but then you make sure you get your staminas and you'll be fine. But you want to make sure you get the first two as soon as they pop up, regardless. And once you get the first two, it's pretty easy to get gold in this. I'm not even holding sprint either, by the way, on any of this. It makes it a lot easier to switch directions you're going if you're not hitting sprint. If you have time, hit a third. Hit stamina again. Perfect. Sometimes you get it to where you can just start running around in a circle like I just did, and it just makes it so much easier. Boom. Boom. Oh. Boom. I'm already at gold. How much time is left? I can get one more. Boom. Not bad. Caleb Tiernan gets his upgrade. And now, trench battle. They have not fixed this, by the way. I don't know if you guys know, after the last update, Madden 26, it was literally impossible for this to work. It was impossible. It did not work. I don't care who you were, how you did it. There was like no way to guarantee that you could actually have a successful run on the drill without getting stuck. I'll show you. We're gonna do Dallas Turner because, like I said, he is gonna be like my key piece on defense as of right now with the roster. We have him and the two on the line, Banks and Orange. Those three are like, I need to build them up. So we're gonna go with him, and then we're gonna do Chuck Demings for the secondary one too. So anyway, if you try to do any type of moves, watch what happens in this drill. I'm literally pressing. He's not doing any moves. There, he finally did it. What the fuck did you just do, bud? See, I was getting caught up on every move. You see that? I don't know what it is. Like, the timing is off. I don't know. I've even tried doing the spins. Sometimes that's... Oh, okay, he read that too. Perfect. And he just doesn't let go of me. It just doesn't let go. So, you got to go back to the cheap route. Okay? Which sucks, but you got to do this. This is what you do. You run at them, engage, jump, run immediately backwards so they can't re-engage with you. Boom, jump, run backwards into the side so they can't re-engage. Oh. Boom, jump, get out of there. Boom, jump, get out. See how he tried to re-engage? That's why you have to hold down, like, hold your left stick at, like, 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock, depending on the way you're trying to go. That's exactly what I do. And it's always like the second guy that'll like run up after you like that. None of the other ones seem to like track you down like the other ones, like the second guy does. What I mean by that is watch the guy at the second column when as soon as I disengage from this guy, he like runs after me. See that? How he like run after me? None of the other ones do that. I don't know why he does it. But either way, it's easy to do this as long as you follow this. Oh no. Oh, we're screwed. Oh, we're screwed. I don't know if I can recover from this. Oh, wait. I might have. Gotta hurry up. Gotta hurry up. There we go. Okay. You get caught on those boxes, man. It is game over. But we get it done. Dallas Turner gets his upgrades. There we go. But anyway, this one is still sort of a pain in the ass, but it's not as bad as it was. I will say that. Like, it is easier to get the tackles and to track them, but it is still a pain in the ass. Like, I'm not going to bullshit around with that. There we go. That was a good one. I really want to get a fumble. When you get a fumble, it really helps with your scoring. But Jordan Mason might not be one that's going to fumble very well. I'm getting a really good stretch here of plays, which is going to help me build up that multiplier. I have a feeling I'm about to get screwed on one of these, though, shortly. Yep, I fucking knew it. I knew it. I called it. I called it. I knew it was going to happen. Ugh. You do have a lot of time in this, so you can recover. Like, don't get discouraged if you have one or two bad ones, because you can recover. However, they run so slow that sometimes it is hard to recover. So you have to make sure that you're building up good ones and getting a few of them where it's 4, 5, 6 multiplier to be able to get the points you need. This guy can't hit stick. Oh, okay. There you did. Okay. All right. Okay. I thought he was going to keep going, and I was going to be like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Oh. I'm pretty sure I've never seen him do that before. Well, 30,000 is our cap, so like I'm pretty safe here at 32.3, considering you saw he took off for a touchdown. Even if they do take off for a touchdown, I tried to let him go and I couldn't. Even if they do, it's only like 50 points or 100 points or something. So it's not as bad as it was in previous Maddens. I will say that. I don't know what they did. I feel like they almost gave us like aim assist with the linebacker. That's the best way I can describe it. I feel like I have better aim. It's weird. It's like I got dynamic aim assist, but in Madden. And now we're going to do the DB battle. And like I said before, we are going to do Charles Chuck Demings. And I want to make this guy one of our corners, man. I really do. I like his story. Came from a very small school, and he is making some serious plays. All right, corner route. I'm just going to go here, backpedal, 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 and boom. Have you guys played the game yet? I'm curious. How many of you guys have gotten the early release stuff? I did the MVP membership thing. I'm just curious if you guys have done that. And if you have you played the game yet? And what are you thinking of it? I feel like the game is actually a win this year. I know that might sound like I'm just saying that, but I had this feeling in the beta, and I was like, damn, this game might actually be good this year. We'll see if it stays that way. But I'm really liking it so far, man. I really am. A hell of a lot better than last year. I don't really know what the exact difference is either. Like, I can't pinpoint. Like, it just feels better. I don't know how to explain that. I hope that makes sense to you guys, because I don't know what else to label it as. Like, I like the new features. Also, they listened to us. I'm going to show you guys. They listened to us from the beta. I was so happy to see this. I actually have to I got to back out of training camp. Well, actually, we're done. I'm not doing the special team stuff. No way. So we're done anyway. But guys, they listened to us for contracts. So in the beta, there was a huge complaint about how easy it was to sign players and how there wasn't enough customization with the initial offer. But now you can do this, and even out of free agency. So I'm going to show you guys this. We're going to go and sign a free agent. We're going to sign for Harrison Smith, okay? I want him back on the team. Where he is going to retire a Viking, okay? He is a Viking legend. So now how this works is when you come in here, you're going to have all these players. You click on them, and you're going to go to speak with player, and that's going to initiate the contract talks, okay? And now what they changed is you have this right here now. You can literally Make it customized before you start talking to him. So if you want to have a no trade clause, you can put one in there. If you want to have guaranteed years, you can. If you want to have void years, you can. So if I say I want to give him a 4-year contract, apparently I can't. Oh, you have to have a bonus to have a void year, which makes sense, right? So let's say I want to do this, but I want it to be a void year. I can add in 1 void year. You know, you can only do a certain amount of void years. So it's really intuitive now. With that was the one of the major spots that I wasn't happy with. I was not happy with the beta. So now let's just go through the motion. So deal breakers and cap space. Bonus is critical. Obviously, he's a veteran. He just wants money. He loves the game, but he wants money. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna offer him a 1-year deal. We're gonna do a no trade clause because I think that'll help out with him signing. And then I'm going to give him, I think I'm going to do 7 million for his bonus. I think that's fair. 14 million over 1 year for a veteran safety is not bad money whatsoever. Oh God, I went way above what I was going to do. And this is your starting spot then. So like, I want to say, let's say we'll do 7 and 6. So this is our starting spot. Guaranteed years is the first year. I always put this, and then we can just hit X to confirm. And now we start off. Oh, look at this. He doesn't even want to negotiate. He's like, yeah, definitely, I want it. Boom, done. We're down to 5 million cap space, but we got Harrison Smith back for the season, and I'm happy with that. Let's just bring on Ricky Stromberg here. He'll be a depth piece for us. So we're going to go speak with player. And now, once again, we're just going to start it off right here. We're not going to put any guarantees, no trade, nothing. We're just going to start it here and just go from there. So we can see he's got 52% interest and 65% patience. So what I do like is they added more options in here as well, where you can almost like stick to your guns more frequently. It doesn't make you increase their contract, and it actually has ones where you can ask them to take a decrease in their salary and try to convince them otherwise for playing time or for winning. So like for here, I can do increase salary 10%. He's gonna probably want some guarantees though. Okay, we'll add a signing bonus here, and you're gonna see that it changes his interest up to, okay, this is a little bit easier than I thought it was gonna be. We'll get to this when it's better contracts. I'll show you guys this, or I'll show you guys in the video separately. But anyway, you guys sort of get the gist of it. All right, let's upgrade players. So JJ McCarthy has 3 upgrades. How the hell did he get 3? Oh yeah, because he got like a lot of XP. I don't like how this works. Now watch how this works. You can stay on this screen, but then it puts them back in order. So you can't, like, it doesn't let you stay on them at the same time. So if I hit field general here, okay. Now it tells you to continue, but see, oh, now it stays. Wait until he's below 2. He's going to drop below Dylan Bell. So he goes upgrade here. I didn't even see what he got last time. 2 awareness, throw action mid, throw under pressure. See how he drops down now? It's a little weird. You can also hit view player card, and it'll bring you back to like the screen that you're normally seeing, where like you're in their player card and you can stay here. But if you do it from that screen, just know it's going to filter them back down depending on how many upgrades they have. And then I believe it is alphabetical after that, or maybe overall driven and alphabetical. I don't know. Dylan Bell gets a couple of upgrades, so that's awesome. The guy that I really want to get involved early on. So 3 awareness, deep route, medium. So he's going to drop all the way down now because he's not that high of an overall. Dallas Turner's next. We're just going to do speed rusher for him. Kyler Murray gets one as well, +3 to finesse. Love to see it. I think we're going to do, oh, damn it. I thought that was field general. God damn it. Jake Golday. We're going to do pass coverage. I feel like that's one of the areas that he's not going to be the best in right away. A lot of linebackers are not. So he gets +2 to zone, play rec, man coverage, and awareness. It's exactly what we could ask for. Caleb Tiernan, we are going to do pass protection for him. Hoping we get some agile pass protection. We get +3. That's exactly what we wanted. Devon Claiborne, we're going to go elusive. And he is going to get 3 spin, a juke, and ball carrier vision. And now back to Dylan Bell. We'll go back to the playmaker, and let's see, awareness, catch 4, or catch in traffic +4, catching 1, deep route 2, short route 3. And then Chuck Demings is going to get 1, and I believe he needs some zone. Oh, there we go. Play rec and +3 to zone. Good upgrades. Good upgrades. Now, when you are in here and you're wondering where your contract negotiations are, it's going to show at this bottom right here. And essentially what you have to do is you click in here and you can see expiring contracts. So you can break it down to who's going to be your leaving after this year. Active negotiation. So if you're negotiating with somebody, restructures. These are all the players that are Jesus Christ, afforded to you to do restructuring on. 5th-year options if you have any. Holdouts, tenders, chicken tendies. But yeah, so you have to go in here to find them. You're not going to get the big pop-up to just negotiate with everybody. You have to go and find these guys in your contracts in order to do it. It still unlocks them in weeks like it did previously. It just doesn't show you a whole list of them. I don't know why. It's sort of nice. It's a little bit more concise. It is a little bit more different looking, so it's going to take some time to get used to. But overall, I think it's a pretty good system. All right, so the very last thing we're going to do before we get into the game. I know it's been a lot beforehand. I've been yapping for like an hour. But I feel like it's a lot of stuff. Like, you got to set the franchise up. I want you guys to know where my head's at. So we're going to go through the positions. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. I've did it a little bit in the adjust lineup, but not the same as when you go through the actual roster, right? So first things first, okay? Quarterback, we already talked about that. We don't know what's going to happen yet. I think what we're going to do is we're going to let these guys just be competing throughout the preseason. Does that mean we have to watch a little bit more preseason? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll take it one game at a time. This first game, we're going to give the nod to Kyler Murray. He's going to start with the ones. We're going to get McCarthy involved in the second quarter right away. I would like to see a lot more of Brosmer to see if there's any potential there to keep him over Wentz, or if it just makes more sense to keep Wentz. Running back, I think we're pretty dead set. I'm going to rely on Jordan Mason. We're going to let Aaron Jones handle some of the third down duties. I want to try to work in Damon Claiborne a little bit, maybe on some packages. Zaire Scott is really just, he's a dependable special teams guy, and he's a dependable backup. Like, it's really, that's what he is. You know, there's not a lot of, you know, boom or bust potential with him. I feel like he's just who he is. Not a bad player, not a great player. He's just sort of in the middle. Max Bredesen, he's just going to be our fullback until I say otherwise. I mean, he seems to be catching on very well with the team. It seems like it's going to be a good fit in real life, so we're going to let it rock that way in the game. Wide receivers, we've already talked about that. Jennings is here, but I'm going to be honest, I'd really like to get Felton and Dell a lot more work than you would anticipate typically. I want these guys to be able to jump up the ranks here, and if we decide to move on from Addison, if we can't come to an agreement on contract, according to the rest of the team, we're going to need to have guys jump up and step in. And Jennings, he's 29. He is a veteran. We'll see how he's used. We'll use him sparingly in the slot and on the outside, but I want to get Felton and Bell some work depending on how they play in preseason. We also got to bring on an extra receiver or two for preseason. I feel like there's definitely some roster spots that have to be trimmed before we head into the first game, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Tight end, I'd like to bring in somebody new. Oliver's great, maybe number 3. I'd really like to have somebody better at number 2. Hopefully we can find somebody before the end of the preseason to fill that role. I would like to see more out of Gavin Bartholomew here. He is the guy that was picked up last year, stuck around on the team. If there's going to be anybody of these 3 that's going to hold on, it's going to be Bartholomew. But again, I'd like to have some more competition at tight end for sure. And then regardless of that, down the line, both of our tight ends are 29. Hawkinson, very injury-ridden the last couple of years. It's sort of been his thing. Even before the Vikings traded for him, was like, is he going to stay healthy? You know, that kind of stuff. Oliver, he will get you some decent catches from time to time, but he's never going to be a guy, like, just like it says here, quality backup. That's what he is. You know, he's not going to wow you. He's not going to do anything crazy. He's just a good filler. He's also a good blocker. Offensive line, we already know. We have a good potential future tackle here with Caleb Tiernan, depending on where he wants to play. In my mind, I see him playing right tackle for us before I see him playing left tackle, unless there's a lot of injuries to Darisaw. On the inside, we're going to roll with Donovan Jackson. We're going to build him up to be a good guard for us for the long haul. We do need to address center for sure. We have a bad starter in Blake Brandel, and we do not have any good depth. So that's something we have to really look at. I might pick up and drop both of these guys and then pick up somebody different in free agency before we can hit week 1. A lot of no names here that don't need to be here. Joe Huber, I know, has been on the team for a while. Unfortunately, Madden does not like him, and his rating is horrible. I don't see a reason to keep him over Lemieux, but I also don't see a reason to keep any of these guys over Stromberg, who we brought in. So I have a feeling most of these guys are going to be cut. We're going to bring in an extra running back and an extra receiver or two, maybe an extra tight end going into preseason week 1. To me, I could see cutting all 3 of these guys, then signing a running back, receiver, and tight end. Same here. We have Walter Rouse. Great guy in real life. You know, I like him as a player. I think he's going to be a good depth filler. I just don't see it working out too well in Madden because his rating is horrible, and we have to sort of think about that. Ryan Vandemark, another guy the Vikings brought in the offseason, I think, just to sort of be a, that rotational piece, whatever you want to call it. Madden's just not a fan of him. He has horrible ratings here. He even has a $4 million cap penalty. Like, that's crazy. We might have to hold on to him just for that. Moving on to the defense. This year, the Vikings are toying around with Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins. I might have said that wrong. Great young player, transitioning between playing on the defensive line and also playing on the line. So that's why they have him at edge here, which I think is cool because now you can sort of move him around. He's a bigger guy. He's a power rusher. But you know, Flores, he loves to use these guys in between, and we're going to try to do the same thing. He's obviously going to be behind Dallas Turner, who is our starter, but he is going to be one of our main rotational guys, along with outside of Andrew Van Ginkel. I would love to bring in a different player at some point here, depending on how Ingram-Dawkins pans out, because I just don't know if we're going to be able to get him up enough to be a starter on this team. And then at D-tackle, there are so many people here. I don't know why there's so many people here. I feel like we're going to cut a couple of these guys down here. I'll probably cut all 4 of these guys, and then we'll just roll with Taimani, Rodriguez, Orange Banks, and Redmond. I don't see a reason to keep the rest of these guys. We don't have anybody at Sam. The game doesn't believe in Sam linebackers. We have 3 at Mike, Cashman, Golday, and Ross. Ross is probably going to be an odd man out. And then here at Will, we have Wilson, Pace Jr., Adams, and Kamara. I would like to bring in potentially somebody else here, but really we do have a good core of linebackers. I don't know if we need more than 5 heading into the season. And then corners, I like most of the guys we have. Honestly, I'd like to be able to roll with 6. I don't know if we'll be able to make it happen. Worst case scenario, we roll with 5, and it's McLaughlin, Demings, Pierre, Rogers, and Murphy, of course. At safety, we brought in Harrison Smith. I had to bring him back, man. He's got to retire a Viking. Unfortunate for Jay Ward, but unfortunately, even if without that, I don't think he's going to be able to get to that level that we're looking for. He's 26 already. He's only a 71. He has normal development. It's just not something that I think is going to be very beneficial to us. Theo Jackson, another name that, it's a good story for real life, but the game itself does not appreciate him. Tavier Thomas was a guy that was sort of the hybrid safety corner. He did come in as a corner initially, moved to safety. He will probably not stick around on the roster. I do like some of these safeties, though, like Jacoby Thomas, mid-round pick for the Vikings in this last draft. I really like him. I think we can build him up to be a future safety of ours, so we might not have to look far for one of our safeties. And then we have Josh Metellus. I love Josh Metellus. I don't think I'm ever going to cut him unless it gets crazy or if he gets really bad. But we're sort of in a spot where we have a lot of depth pieces that we really don't need and are not going to serve us too much. We're probably going to try to move on from a lot of them going into the regular season. So I'm going to go ahead, go through the roster, probably cut a lot of the guys that I told you about, go through free agency, find some few guys, and then I'll show you guys those pickups before we head to the game. All right, so I just finalized sort of redoing the roster a little bit. I'll show you guys what I did. So I went ahead and I brought in Jaquindon Jackson at running back, just as another potential option, maybe a practice squad guy. Wide receiver, I brought in one guy, Javon Baker, former Patriot. Didn't really ever pan out in New England when he was there. I believe it was there. Maybe it was Miami. I think it was New England, though, where he was drafted. I could be wrong. Regardless, brought him in. Not somebody I anticipate really doing a whole lot. Maybe he can sneak onto the roster. If not, I'm just probably stick with Miles Price, but both of them are 24. Baker does not really give us the option for return, whereas Miles Price is also can be helpful in special teams. So we'll see how that plans out. I did not bring in a tight end. There's nobody out in free agency. I'm probably going to wait and see what happens once we get to week 3, week 4, and can really see what's available. And if that's the case and there's somebody out there, we'll go and get them at that time. But for now, we'll just roll with who we got. I did make quite a few changes to the offensive line. Not really I shouldn't say that. I signed a couple of guys. You already knew about one, but I ended up bringing on Kenyon Green. We'll probably let Lee sit on the practice squad. I'm not sure if he'll even stick around. I don't know if that's practice squad worthy. We still don't have an answer at center. There is really nothing out there for center. I'm hoping we can find something to go into the season with in the last week of preseason. So we have Will Fries on this side along with Stromberg, and then we have Jackson and Green over here. I think with the makeup of the team and with the penalty here, I will probably end up putting Roos on the practice squad, and then we'll let Vandemark stay on the roster so we don't take that hit. I'm not sure how many linemen we're really going to keep right now. These two are a lock. These two are a lock. Neither of these guys are a lock, to be honest. Both of these guys are a lock. So we have 2, 4, 6 for sure. I don't like keeping a lot of guys, so I feel like if I just keep these two, that's going to put us at 8. I don't mind keeping 8. We'll see. I'm not really sure what we're going to do yet, but we'll figure it out. Didn't change much on the defensive line at all. There was really no reason to. I like our depth pieces. I moved Jamal Adams over to Sam, and I did end up signing Anthony Orji. I don't know if that's how you say his name. I should probably figure that out before I start saying his name wrong. Shout out Shamir DK. If you guys know, you know. Everything else pretty standard for what we had. I didn't make any changes here or in the secondary. So those are really the only changes I made. I'd also just trimmed the roster down. We were at 75. We're now down to 66. I was at one other player, but I had to cut them for the fact that it was the number that I despise and I will refuse to say. But no, I'm just kidding. There was a player, but I did want to cut him. And it just worked out that it made it so that we didn't have that many players on the roster. If you know, you know. If not, it's not that important. But anyway, we are pretty much set to get into the actual game. I don't think we have any free agent negotiations. One thing I will say is I tried to sign, where is he? He was a receiver. I tried to sign Luke Wysong, not sure, but he denied me. I tried to negotiate it and I couldn't get it done. So it is sort of worthwhile, I guess, with the system, because like typically you just automatically sign him, but we couldn't line up on numbers because he wanted more money, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know if you're gonna make the active roster. I'm not gonna give you $1 million guaranteed and a bonus. And he just walked. So I was just about to hit start game, and then I realized that if I don't show you guys what I'm using for settings, you guys are gonna crucify me in the comments, rightfully so. So let's do that before we go into anything. So what I have for my settings now, these are by no means the exact settings that I'm going to be using a month from now. This is a brand new game. I've had it for 2 days. I have no idea if these are going to work or not. I'm testing some stuff out from Operation Sports because I did not have time to go through and slider test the last 2 days. I am using, oh crap, what's his name? Let me find out. Armor and Swords Madden 27 All Pro set. I'm running All Pro for now. I'm going to test that out. I'm going to see what I think about it. And we're going to go from there. So I pretty much copied everything down to the T just as a starting point to see where I want to be at. There was a few things that I did change myself. One of that being the defensive play call. I just flipped it. I don't believe in limiting or having too much of a cooldown or limit on defense, because if you do that, defense is already at a disadvantage for the variety of play calls that they have. I don't want that to happen. Offense, I get it. And I'm still not sure if this even matters or not, but we'll find out. It will matter now for sure, since we're actually playing the game in coach mode. We went to 13-minute quarters and play clock up to 25. And I think I completely understand why, because you want to be able to make adjustments at the line, and you don't have the ability to do so if this is, turned down. So, and you can snap the ball yourself, so you can sort of move the game along at your own pace now instead of having to wait. Breaking news, I mean, this stuff is up to you. I have it on. All this, of course, set to manual. Coach mode enabled, auto quarterback on, auto snap off, so you are the one who snaps the ball. Pre-play cutoff I have turned off because I don't like being cut out at 15 seconds when I only have a 25-second clock. If I want to make some adjustments, I want to pull a Peyton Manning and run it down to 1. That's just how I work. Trade difficulty very hard, as always. I did have, I don't know where that is. I think it's over here. I'm going to have this off. He recommends having it off for 3 years. And honestly, that's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. A lot of these coaches, there will be a few that might lose their job in the next year or two, but the way Madden does it is so unrealistic that I'd rather just have the same coaching staff year to year for at least the first couple of years. Maybe I turn it on after 2 years. I don't know, but for now it's turned off. Now going back to all of this, I mean, we already went over this. We went over this stuff already. Yeah. League type. Okay. Dev trait. I turn abilities off. I don't like abilities. I think they ruin the game. They ruin the realism of the game. And until they make them more realistic, which I don't even know is a possibility, I'm going to have them off. I left all this also default. He has 53 roster size for minimum. I don't know if this is going to cause the computer to have like 55 players at one position. We're going to find out. Worst case scenario, I move it down to 46 next year. Fill roster, as always, is off. What I did this year for draft class strength is I went to, what's the name of the site? I'm going to do this every season. It's called Wheel of Names, and I made 2 wheels. Okay, I made a wheel for the position, and I made a wheel through 1 through 10 based off of his recommendation on armor and swords. He's a really good guy to follow as well on the Madden space when it comes to the sliders, along with like guys like Matt 10, CD, CD cooldown or something like that, CD cool, something like that. I know that there's a few guys that I always go to when I'm not sure of what to start with, and then I'll sort of work off of there if I feel like I need something a little different for what I'm looking for. But overall, they're pretty realistic and they're pretty spot on when it comes to their assessment. There is one area that I'll show you in the XP slider or in the sliders that I'm not 100% certain on. Oh, controller died. Should have saw that coming. Okay. I'll show you that when we get to the sliders. But what I do is I go to the Wheel of Names and I make 2 wheels, 1 for each position, and I just hit both wheels, let them go, and then I just put it in whatever pops up. And this is what popped up. So I don't want to show this to you guys every year to sort of just keep that out of the way of immersion, right? Just the draft class is what the draft class is. Just know I'm doing this on the back end. So that way there is some like variety and diversity within the draft class, right? Every year Madden always has a theme, like one position always has really strong this or strong that or weak this. This way we're getting a good mixture. If I need to make an adjustment to a certain position, I can go ahead and do that. But overall, I'm going to go in and do this exact scenario every season in preseason to make sure that we're getting some variety. And then we're going down to, I don't know if game options. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really, we're doing coach mode, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. We don't need the coach perspective enabled. I turn that off. I'd rather see it from the regular camera. All this stuff, I don't really care too much about it. I don't really adjust this stuff. AI wide receiver, yeah, I have that on. Passing mechanics, I just have placement and accuracy. That's what I've always had it to. It says do classic. I don't know. I always had this on here just in case I do play. And this is the settings that I use. I've been using for a couple of years. Tap and hold. Yep. Okay. We're going to go kick against wind for the starters. And that should be it. Tempo adjust. I'm going to be honest, guys. There's a lot to digest here with all these adjustment things. I don't know when or how I'm going to have a full breakdown of this. I will at some point, but it is going to be a lot to learn. So I'm not going to share. I mean, you can see what I have. I'm probably going to make some adjustments. I don't know exactly yet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now down to the XP sliders. And this year, I just used his settings as well. I don't know what it's going to come to in the month, in a week, in 2 days. Who knows? But this is what I'm using right now. This is also really going to help with cutting down on some positions getting too OP. You'll have your outliers like your offensive linemen that have a lot of upgrades that need to get done. You guys have seen me struggle over the years with developing them, so they need to be boosted up a little bit, but everybody else needs to be brought down, especially quarterbacks. Defensively, same thing, a little bit more heavily on this because they don't seem to develop as much as offense does. But we'll mess with this, and if we need to make an adjustment, we will. Special teams is kickers. Kickers do get weirdly a lot of upgrades. I don't know why. Age progression. This one is a lot more simple this year. I'm just going to start it off simple based off of his recommendations and just see where it takes me. So here's the list that you see here. Pretty straightforward. Offensive regression. I did go a little bit against the grain on this. He had offensive regression turned up to 200. Now, there could be a very good reason for that, and I'm not aware of it yet. He's probably played the game more than I have at this point. But But I don't believe that quarterbacks regress very fast, right? Like they are usually one of the only positions outside of like long snapper and kicker that plays into their 40s on a regular basis. I don't want to have it where every quarterback at 32 is horrible. So I'm going to leave this at 100. If I notice that it has to go up more, I will gladly raise it up more. I also did jack the wide receivers up to 120. I feel like that is important. Same with halfbacks to have at 120. They should not be lasting as long. The game does not do it very well where it just lets players retire or fall off the face of the earth. So I have to sort of make do with what I got. Here is it for the defense. I think defensively, I just copied everything over. Same with this. Age regression, copied this over as well. So all this is the same stuff that you're going to find in Armors and Swords Operation Sports post for Madden 27. So go ahead and check that out if you are looking for it for yourself. And then here's the gameplay sliders. Honestly, gameplay sliders that he has, pretty similar to what I've been hearing. Pass blocking is horrendous, so they jack this up. Accuracy in that 40 to 45 range. It seems to be there every year. Wide receiver catching brought down a little bit. Run blocking brought down because apparently running is super easy. Ball security 25. Interceptions down to 25 because I also heard zone coverage is immaculate. Those two at base. Here is the, well, CPU, same thing. Special teams, bringing the accuracies down a bit for both. I don't know what that means, but hopefully it means that there's not automatic field goals. Injuries, he has 50. I don't trust that. I don't trust 50 when it comes to Madden and injuries. So I'm leaving it at 20. We'll go from there. He had fatigue at 62 and threshold at 75. I always liked it in the 60s. So I'm going to leave it at 65 and I'm going to see what goes from there. All the precipitation stuff I copied over. Penalties is where I'm not sure on. He has all of the defensive ones pretty much maxed out, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because defense is so overpowered. If that's the case, I'll figure that out. Then that makes sense, right? But we're going to try it and see it. We're in preseason. We got time. Why not? And then wear and tear, I copied all that stuff over as well. You can see the numbers down here. Pause it if you need to. I'm not going to stay on this page very long. There we go. Okay. And that is pretty much all of the settings that you got to worry about. So let's go ahead and finally play this goddamn game. It's been an hour and a half. Here we go. First play, it's a handoff to Scatabo. And Redmond shuts it down. Let's see. What do we want to do here? They're running 4 receivers. Okay, let's go over here. We're going to go to our dime package right away. And let's go Mug Blitz Text 3. I'm still trying to learn all these different controls, too, so... Oh, my God, I left the middle wide open. Okay. Well, 17 has some space, that's for sure. Okay, let's go back out here. Dude, I hate the audio right now. Is that just me? Is you guys hearing this? All right, we're going to run a cover 6. I'm actually going to adjust this to be... Let's get some pressure here. Let's get some pressure. Don't jump off sides, dude. Why are you jumping off sides so much? Oh my God. That was horrible.
Offside. Defense.
Dude, the audio sounds horrible, man. Is this... I can't find anything about it.
Still first down.
There's like no crowd volume. What is that? I'm gonna quit out and see if I can fix it. The game sounds horrible. Like, honestly horrible. I don't know how to fix it if I can even fix it. Oh, he was wide open, huh? Jesus. Wide open over the middle of the field again. Well, I can't figure out how to fix it. I don't know what's going on. The game sounds horrible. The audio is cutting out all the time. It sounds glitchy. I don't know if this is something that... Oh, get him! Oh, okay. Almost got there. Nice. Since we have the ability to watch any camera, which camera would you guys prefer to watch? I'd like to do... Yeah. I'd like to do something close like this. Or do the side-by-side cam like this. What do you guys think? Oh, he dropped... Did he catch that? He did. Quick little pass to Neighbors, who's back from injury. Now we got 3 wideouts. It is 3rd and 4. I'm going to bet that they are going to try to go for something underneath. So we are going to go for global coverage. Oh. Okay. Well, here's the hoping. Nope, abandon it. Okay, I'm gonna have to make an custom adjustment to that. Linebackers are just not making any moves. Let's see, coaching adjustments. All right, I messed with all the settings. See if anything helps. But right now, when we're leaving the middle of the field, why there's nobody there. There's nobody there. That's the third play in a row that they went right over the middle and there was no defender. I was freaking paused the whole time. I don't even know when I didn't unpause. Oh my God. Well, we just got a big interception. I've done all the adjustments that I need to make. And now we're back on offense. We're going to try to get Jennings involved here. Actually, no, we want to run the ball. I've been doing so much good talking too. Hand off, Mason bounces off of one, can't get past the second, he'll get 3. What I was saying that whole time when I was muted, or paused, I should say, is this is really going to help coming up with ways to get players involved that we couldn't get involved before. So like right here, this is supposed to go to Hawkinson. I like this play design, but I didn't like the intended target. I'm going to switch this to Jefferson and see if we can get ourselves a quick 5 yards here. Play action, roll out, throw it, he gets hit. He had him open though. Play call would have worked if we had the time, but we just did not have the time. So now we're going to need 3rd and 7. This is actually a nice play here. I'd like a Hawkinson over the middle. I'm going to send... we're going to send Addison on a dig as a secondary option. And then we're going to do comeback for Jefferson. So this is what it looks like now. All right. Come on, Murray. Do something. Throw it to somebody. That did not work. He tried to wait for Hawkinson to develop, could not get it to develop, and now couldn't get his way back to Jefferson on the other side of the field, and we're going to have to take a punt because a field goal is insane. Do we go for it here? It's preseason. Why not? Let's go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's try to get something happening here. Try to get Addison on the outside. He's playing a little bit of outside leverage, though. I'm not sure if I like this or not. Let's send Jefferson on a short cross as sort of a backup. Actually, I like this just here. Yeah. Right there. Hit it. Oh, he didn't get enough depth. Damn. I had the right idea, but Murray threw it. He threw it when he had the chance to, but he didn't have the right depth there. I should have stemmed it to be a little bit longer of a break. That is not Wes Phillips. That is Santa Claus. Well, at least they tried. All right. Let's go try to get the run game established. We have had to abandon it the last couple of times. I really like to get it running. No pun intended. Hand off Mason. If he stays outside, he's got more room there. He doesn't stay outside, so we only get a couple of yards, but we're still going to stick to the run. We're going to run out of shotgun, though, and we're going to run a power out of shotgun to the other side. Let's see if we can get him to bite on this. Hand off. Where are we blocking? Hawkinson. Holy shit, man. You got to at least try to stop the guys. You know, like you got to try. That was horrible. Do we go for Jefferson here? I feel like Addison is a better route, but he's also not going to be long enough downfield. Let's go for Jefferson. I know I keep saying that, but, I mean, it's Justin Jefferson. Why would you not want to target him? Tyler looking. He's looking for Jefferson. He dropped it? All right, so we're back on defense. We had to punt it. We did a horrible punt, by the way. That accuracy is going straight up. I don't know what the hell happened, but it was horrible. Nice play by Murphy there in the open field to bring down Scattaboo. And let's see. I don't want to send a double corner blitz, that's for sure. Tampa 2 drop. Let's try a Tampa 2 drop. See if that helps us get some more depth there. I don't know if it will or not, but split back, dart. All the time in the world. Gets rid of it short, and what a play. It's Demings breaking it up. That was a good play. 3rd and 11. I'd like to send some heat here, so we're going to go over to nickel single mug, and we're going to go mid blitz. Where's the mid blitz? Why can't I find the mid blitz? I did the wrong goddamn thing. Oh, God. I just knew that was going to happen. I just knew that was going to happen. Why is there 47 different blitzes here? You know, like, why? Neighbors is in the middle there. Let's hope that Cashman is not the one that has ended up on him. Oh, they're running it, and they get it. God damn it. We're getting our asses kicked by the Giants right now. I will say, aside from the audio issues and me just sucking in general at calling plays, apparently, I'm enjoying this game so far. I am. Like, I feel like this is a lot more fun for me to do. Like, normally, once we get to a certain point in the game, and I'm sort of, like, once you watch so many games, they sort of start to become a little repetitive. I think you guys can agree with me there. This, a lot of variety. A lot of variety. Handoff, man, not there though. We can't get that outside zone to work. Now, like, this is the problem, because then we get sort of put in these spots where we almost have to pass the ball. Let's see if the screen will work. I don't know how screens will work in this coach mode thing, so I'm hoping it doesn't bug out. Okay, it doesn't. Perfect. He still throws it, actually throws it better than they did last year, honestly. I would have liked the lineman to get out there a little bit faster, but overall, it gets us some yards back and makes us a little bit easier here on third down. Texas, you out. I don't want us to go after the yeah, no. We were going to send Jefferson across on a short, yeah. For sure. He's just got to wait for him to hit that, okay, or not. I guess I can't do that. Wait. There it is. First down. We get Jefferson the ball. I think it is now time for us to do some subbing. Not like quarterback and everything, but I want to get Justin Jefferson off the field. There's no reason for him to be out here. I'm happy with that for now. I know we're going to have to make some adjustments here soon because it's like a minute and a half left, but I'm happy with where we're at. Halfback stretch. No, I actually sort of want to try to run it out of the gun a little bit. Like, is that possible, please? We're at 1st and 10. Let's try an inside zone here. And it is going to be Claiborne checked in. So our rookie running back, let's see if he's got anything. Handoff. Oh, he tried to get through the gap, but O'Neal could not get the block. Good job by Carter to shut it down. And now we are going to be looking at 2nd and 10. Mountain Dagger. Let's try to get this. I think the last thing you're going to be expecting is to throw it to the backup tight end. So let's try to get him on a crosser. Make this a little bit easier of a transition for third down. We get it, and we get the first down anyway. Awesome stuff. Love to see it. Let's go hurry up here. Yeah, let's keep him in this situation here. Oh, Murray's going to run. He's out of there. He's got plenty of room. There we go. No, we'll have one more play yet. So let's do Felton on a deep over. Yeah. Okay, come on, Murray. Hit him. Oh, that was a horrible throw, dude. Why are you throwing that? What the fuck was that? What were they calling in that play? I want to see what they were calling, because that was a really good play call, honestly. Wow. He dropped into that zone really well. Bad pass. Yeah, okay, you don't have to remind me that we've sucked all game, okay? Well, you can let me be. I appreciate the reminder, though. Halfback duo. And now Jones is in. I should really sub him out completely. All right, let's see what we got, 9. 1st and 10. We're going to go handoff. Oh, Murray's back in. Oh, wait. They don't auto-sub it for the first quarter anymore. Okay. So we're going to sub Murray out, and we're going to get JJ involved here. Oh. Oh, my God. Okay, so that's something you're going to have to keep an eye on. When you have a substitution, it just made it permanent. So I had to switch it back because I accidentally subbed him in. Let's try to go for Felton here again. And let's send Baker on an underneath route just as a safe space. Play action. Murray's still in because I just subbed him out and he got hit as he throws. I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay, now 9 is in. It is 2nd and 11. I'd really like to see us go underneath here. We need some yardage back for third down. Oliver in motion. 9, looking. He's got a man. It's Felton. And Felton, I don't really know what he did there on the route. It looked like maybe he got him before he walked into or got into his full stride. But hey, it worked. It gets us the first down. And now we have... Oh, Bell is the intended target here on a deep run. Let's see what happens. Play action. Will they fall for it? But not long enough. McCarthy able to throw it away just in time. And I forgot. I got to sub out the old man Jones. And make sure that... Yeah, Jackson is in there. And then... Oh, don't ever do that again. Thank you. I guess Jackson there. Third down back. Yep. Okay. So maybe they did do some subbing. Oh, they totally did. Oh my God, they screwed this whole thing up. We got Claiborne in. We got him spread out a little bit. Let's see if we can make this work. Handoff. Nothing. Nothing there. Okay, great. I love it. So apparently running against... I'm wondering if there is a weird thing that the user is being discounted against the computer. Sort of like when you do sliders and you have to have yours different than the CPU. I wonder if because it's coach mode, it's like that. That's something that we're going to have to look into. Deep in here from Felton. I like that. Bell underneath as a safety. Gets rid of it to Bell. And Bell almost gets the first down. All right, we're going to go hurry up here. We want to get this... We want to get this first down. Okay, Bell is not going to be the intended target here. We're going to run a post here to try to clear out the middle of this a little bit. And then hopefully Felton underneath can draw some coverage and we can get this first. Come on, McCarthy. He threw it such a bad time. You can't throw it. You just threw a hospital ball, man. Okay, we might have to bring this down from 13-minute quarters, too, because we have a lot of plays going right now. We're only in the beginning of the second quarter, and I feel like we've got a lot of stats already for that far into the game. Stop jumping. Handoff. He gets the edge. God damn it, we overcommit on the outside. It was Vaughn. Handoff of the middle, and wow, they're just running it right down our throats. We are doing nothing about it. Okay. I'm wondering if there has to be different sliders for player and CPU this time around. Honestly. I think that might be the case.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Winston. He goes down. It's a fumble. Get it. We got it. Bo Richter gets the sack, forces the fumble, and recovers the fumble. That's a big-time play. Bo Richter making plays. Love to see it. And now we have a chance here. This is what I think we do. I think we go I form, and I think we take a shot. Honestly. Am I crazy? Hell yeah, I am. We're going to send Felton on a corner. We're going to stem it up a little bit. Or make him the primary receiver. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, you took the dump down? Okay, Claiborne, make some plays. Didn't like that he took the dump down there. I get what he was doing, though. I mean, it was a good play call, but I honestly wanted to take a shot. Okay, Claiborne, come on, man. I need you to get some yardage here. We're going to bring Oliver. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Yep, that's what we wanted right there. Oh, shit. Okay. Why can't I switch it? Oh my god, this game. I wanted to switch it to the other side, and it wouldn't let me after I motioned. That's pretty stupid. Well, now we know that for next time. First and 10, though. We get the first, so we can't complain too much. And we're going to stick with the ground game. There we go, Claiborne. There we go, Claiborne. And he's off to the races. Look at that. A juke move, and he's gone. Damon Claiborne. First game, first touchdown. We're finally on the board. It only took us a freaking 8 drives. But we get the job done. Damon Claiborne right up the gut. Big time score. I decided to let the CPU let the defense see if this goes any better for us. Winston under pressure, finds a guy, but he ends up getting the first down. The reason, also another reason for this is I can chit chat with you guys a little bit, like I usually do during this time, you know? I'm trying to get this microphone so I can sit back in my chair. Oh, there we go, nice pressure. But anyway, Maybe this is what we'll do, so I'm not controlling everything, because apparently I suck at defense. I'm going to work on that. But I'm really going to be excited for this, man, because now we're going to be able to make offensive game plans. Like, we're going to be able to look at something and be like, this week we're playing Joe Schmo and so-and-so, and we know that they are not good at running the ball. So we want to try to get the ground established early. And we also know that their nickel corner is not very good. So we're going to try to target the slot more this week than we have in the past. And we can build game plans that way. We know their safety's out, so maybe we try to take a few more shots. Damn, he fell for that. He still gets the sack, though. There we go. Ingram Dawkins falls for the play action, still has enough time to get back and make the sack. And this is going way better. I might not control the defense for a while, guys. Let me just put that out there, because I do not belong on them sticks. I know how to build a defense. I know how to get good players. I know a good scheme. But damn, apparently I can't play call to save my life. That sucks. And Winston stepping up. And he's got to do something. Finally gets rid of it, and it is somehow caught. Wow, what a catch by that guy. Austin with the catch. Big time first down, and the Giants moving into field goal range. Handoff, shut down immediately. It's orange. We're going to come up with a different name for that man. What, doesn't he have a nickname? I'm going to call him Big Citrus. Isn't that his nickname? I swear to God it's his nickname. I'm going to look it up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure it is. What is Dominique Orange's nickname? Big Citrus. I was right. I knew it. I knew it. It was too good of a match to not have it. I remember hearing that, but I wasn't 100% certain if it was true or not. It is true. And we get ourselves a field goal at least, so that's good. 4 rushes, 55 yards. Obviously, almost all of that coming off of the one run on the last drive. And we are going to, let's see, what do we want to try to do here? It wants us to run. Obviously, I want to run too. But I would like to run out of like I formation. Let's get Jaquindon Jackson involved. Big man. Like 6'2". I like tall running backs. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like a Latavius Murray and like Brandon Jacobs thing, or a Steven Davis. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of any of these players, but those are running backs from back in the day that they were always like really big, like TJ Duckett, you know, bigger, taller guys. I don't know why. I just like them. I always try to draft one, but they don't make them anymore in this stupid game. They don't have any running backs over 6'1" anymore for some dumb reason. I don't know why. All right, we're going for play action to Felton here. Underneath, I'm assuming Oliver is our second read. Oh, no, we're going to go dump down to the fullback, and the fullback can't get there. Bredesen getting involved just doesn't work out. And now let's go back here for, let's do empty mesh rail. Simple one here. We'll get Bartholomew hopefully involved on this for a quick first. Dylan Bell might actually be a good target here. Nope, there it is. Bartholomew with the catch right over the top of the defender, and we get ourselves a first down. Love to see it. And now let's do a PA sprint. Haven't called one of those yet. Well, we did call this, but I ended up changing it, so I think Felton as the intended target. I'm hoping this works. It does. Claiborne gets in space, breaks free, and he's down to the 45. I'm liking the way Claiborne makes plays. He's got the speed. Definitely somebody that I'm looking forward to using more in the future. Let's test out a toss. Oh, 2-minute warning. I want to see if a toss works. Typically in these games, they've never really worked too well. Okay, now we're not even getting an option for it. All right, screw it. Let's try a post route here. Who's intended? Felton? Honestly, Bell might be the better option here. I'm going to run it to Bell and see if this works. And I'm going to run Bartholomew on a zig pattern instead to give a little bit more of breathing room underneath there. Throw it. Throw it. God damn it. Okay, go. Yes. Dive. There we go, JJ. All right, they cover deep downfield, so let's do a hurry up here, and let's try to catch them off guard with a quick run. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Fast, fast, fast. Handoff. Claiborne. There it is. Nice run. We still have 2 timeouts. We're not going to call one yet. Choice H, sneak. Who's doing the choice? Baker is doing the choice. I sort of like this Bell play here. We're just going to run him on a fade. And then, yeah, okay. Oh, there it is. He got off his man. Oh, was there safety help? McCarthy, why didn't you throw to him? McCarthy, good job. Okay, we got to see. They call a timeout. I want to see that play, though. I want to see if he had safety help over the top or if he just got skittish and took off. I'm assuming... Oh, okay, yeah, he shaded over the top. Okay, good call. I should have saw that coming. I just, with how far inside he was playing, I was sort of hoping that... I wish there was a route that went, like straight out, like, from... I can't even reach it. Let me go over here more. So, like, if we had a route where, like, right off the line, he could sort of just, like, merge this way, you know, instead of going up. Like, just sort of come at an angle this way, almost like a half fade, half streak, half corner route, or whatever you want to call it, just to sort of, to work into this opening up here, like, up in this area, before the safety. Like, get it in there before the safety gets there. That's sort of what I was looking for. But, you know, you can't make everything work. All right, we got them spread out here. Let me see. I also like being able to switch the camera and have a better view of the field. I like this, but I don't like the deep route from Bell, so we're going to keep it on Felton, but we are going to... Let's see, are they in man? Okay, they are in man. Okay, this could be helpful. This could be helpful. Let's see if this works. Come on, throw it. You didn't throw it. He covered it well. There it is. Touchdown, JJ! Yes! I sort of like watching it from the Madden cam, to be honest with you guys. What do you guys think? I sort of like that. I like being able to see it play out. You know what I mean? It's better that way for me. At least for the play calling portions. We have Baker coming all the way across to do a deep zone. Or a deep post. I don't know why I said zone. And then Felton on this little underneath route. I sort of like this. Let's see how this works. Okay, there we go. Big block. Felton using the speed. There we go. That worked out perfectly. Oliver with a great block to sort of spring him loose. And now, I know some of you will be like, why don't you just play the game at this point? But, like, to me, it still is determining from the quarterback, right? It's not just me. Which means that I can't always force... Like, how many times before did I try to force it to Felton or force it to Jefferson? And it wasn't always a guarantee, whereas I could, like, just force things if I play. This way, it's sort of a good balance, I feel like. It's a good way for me to be able to try to control the game a little bit better, but also allowing the ratings and the overalls to matter for the players. Like this, I like Bell over the middle here. I don't think that's going to pop open for Oliver, so I want to go Bell first, and then Oliver will still be there as a second option if Bell does not pop open. He's going to pop open. Oh, he went there. Interesting. I don't think they actually sort of closed off there pretty quick. Defense seems to be very good. Like last year, that would have been a wide open play to the slant. This year, not so much. I do like the Bell deep middle. I just don't know if we're going to have enough time. Let's do pass protection here. Let's just keep him home. Keep some extra protection here for JJ. There we go. And look at that. Picked up a blitz. And, oh, god damn it. You got to catch that, man. Oh, that was a perfect call, too, to keep him home for the blitz. It just doesn't work. We're going to go for it here. Not because I'm desperate. It's preseason. I want to test out things, see how plays work in certain situations. Like here, I'm going to put him on a curl again. Oh, that is not what I meant. I like that call, though. A return. That's a nice one. Okay, that goes perfect to where I want it to go to. And then we're going to send Felton on a deep cross. And then Baker. Okay, I like that there. Let's try to go for Felton first, and then Bell as an underneath option. Right there. Oh, throw it! Throw it! Oh my god, he was so open! You're so lucky you still completed that pass. See, like that. Like, I would have thrown the ball to Felton there. I can't control that portion of it, but I can still at least dictate how often we're running the ball, how often we're not running the ball, who is out there, you know, all sorts of different things. Like, I would have cut it back to the right there. Now, that's just me. So I'm really liking this so far. I hope you guys are enjoying it if you're playing it already, or at least are looking forward to it, because I'm having fun. I don't think this is going to be a good option route for Bell. I think they're in zone. Yeah, they are in zone, which I'm assuming means there's going to be one over the top there. So we're going to send him. Okay, I don't know why it just disappeared on me. Let's do another curl here. Oh my god, whatever. Just do whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay, gets it. Not a great play, not a bad play. Okay, we have... Ooh, wide trail. This should be with a tight end. I sort of like this. Bartholomew. Following Felton off the slant. Claiborne is tired. Well, fucking sub out then, dude. What do you want me to do? Right there. Perfect. That worked out perfectly to get Bartholomew involved. Let's go into the play sheets here, and let's see if we can find some stuff, all right? I feel like we haven't really had a chance to really find some interesting play calls here. I don't want to go empty set. Let's go 4 wide. Actually, let's try to get him with a screen. We have him spread out. Claiborne is tired as shit. But if we block for him, we should be fine. Oh, wow, that was a bad throw. Okay. Do halfback inside zone. Who's checking in? Claiborne's still in. Why are you still in if you're tired? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, just do your thing. It's 7 yards, it looks like. Let's try to get ourselves a touchdown here. Stick route to Felton could work well. Let's do an underneath route for Bell to pop open. Oliver, we're going to have him sit on a curl or a return, whatever. I keep pressing the wrong button. I'm still not used to this yet. Bell with a catch, but he can't get the first or the touchdown. All right, we are Ooh, let's try this. I wonder if this will ever work in Madden again. I did not mean to do that, but I guess we're too late here. It's happening. It's happening. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, you got to stay outside, man. That's going to be a touchdown. All right, we're back on offense here. And now we want to get ourselves in the lead. Okay, let's see. Try to go underneath here. Cover it well. Bartholomew does a good job of holding on to the contact. I'm okay with leaving it on Felton. I sort of hope he targets Bell, in all honesty. Right there. Bell. There it is. Big time play. That's what I'm talking about. I am loving this. Go for a toss. Let's see if a toss works in this game. Okay, definitely not going to work on this play, though. Not the way that they're set up defensively. Let's just run a dive. There we go. Up the middle. You got to get out of the way, Bredesen. You got to clear out of that lane to let him through. Oh, come on, Tiernan. You can't be hurt already. Oh, it's Vandermark. Get him the fuck out of here. That was mean. Okay, so now we have motion. Double motion. Ooh, I like this. I like it. I like it a lot. But we're going to go Felton here on a slant instead. Off of this motion. Okay. Okay, they're playing some type of zone, it looks like. Dude, you gotta wait a second. You had Oliver open. Throw it. You idiot. You had a chance. You had a chance to throw that, man. I'm not crazy, am I? Boom. You throw it right there. Okay, maybe he jumps that. Maybe he doesn't throw it there. I would have thrown that there. Just being honest. I definitely would have thrown that there. But either way, it's 4th and 6. We got to get a first down here, man. We got to make a play. Come on. Baker underneath. Oliver underneath. One of the two. Somebody's got to pop open. Throw it. Throw it. There we go. Javon Baker with the first down. Love to see it. We got our first down that we were looking for. Now let's try to go with a ground game here. Handoff. I don't know who the hell 90 is, but he's pissing me off. Let's go Felton on the comeback here. If he continues to play outside, though, it's going to be a problem. I'd say let's just go streak right up the middle here and see if we can hit him. If that safety stays in the middle there... he doesn't. God damn it. And there's nowhere to go. Yeah, he just throws. He gave him a chance. Didn't work. I got to be able to read that better. Okay, let's see. Are they in zone? They must be in zone because they're not following. Okay, so let's assume if they have cover 3, try to hit them. Yeah, I failed that one. I failed it. Let's just take the points. We tried, did not work. All right, so I started simming, and we got ourselves a pretty big play. A couple of big plays. We're actually down inside the 25, so I said, screw it, let's jump in. Hand off to Jackson up the middle, and Jackson will get 3. Let's go. Let's try to keep the pressure on here. I don't think we have anybody covering Bartholomew right now. Oh, he dropped. Damn. Throw it. Dude, Quinton Jackson was so... Okay, you're open. Let me shut up. Touchdown, Vikings. We got our first lead of the day. It took us till the 4th quarter, but J.J. McCarthy gets it done. All right, guys, we got 3rd and 11 here. I just dropped in because we are about to give up a touchdown here. Come on, Winston back. Come on, get the stop, guys. God damn it. We put a big hit on him, but he gets the first down. Okay. I'm going to try to take over. I'm going to become the defense. Cover 6.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
I'm going to be the defense. Come on. Let's get it done here. Roll out. Open. But we make the stop. There we go. Demings. Nice play. Demings and McLaughlin both making a stop there. 2nd and goal. Clock is running. I don't like this man call. Why the hell do we have all these man calls? Let's do cover 2 invert. I like having that underneath coverage there, you know? Okay. 2:24 to go. 2nd and goal from the 6. Winston's got somebody in motion. Play action. Winston under pressure. He goes down. It's Dawkins or Ingram Dawkins once again. Big time play. 3rd and 10. And now this is where it matters. Do we really try to go for a big blitz here? Okay, fine. Only if I can do my mid blitz. Yep. Oh, what the fuck just happened? Oh, 2-minute warning. I'm dropping a lot more F-bombs. My bad, guys. I try to not do that. I try not to do that. We're bringing the heat. Come on, guys. Get back there. Yes! We make the play. Finally, the pressure pays off. It didn't get the sack, but it got the job done. They're going to go for it, though. They are going to go for it. 4th and goal. They need a touchdown. Oh, man. I don't know if I like this. Come on, guys. Come on. Don't let him run it. Yes! There we go, Pace. We get the stop. And now we can just run this thing out. Run it out. Come on, Jackson. Help us finish this game out. Oh, it's Scott involved. There we go. What a weird camera angle. Come on, Scott. Get us some yards. There we go. Scott gets us out to the 13. Gives us a good... I think they called a timeout there. Yes, they did. They called their first timeout. So a first down can pretty much get this job done. Jaquindon Jackson off the right side here. Come on. Why did you cut it back? We're going to need some help, though, from blocking. So let's do motion and call it. Guys, nobody blocked. We all knew what we needed to do. Not a soul blocked. I mean, you can't make this up. Look at this. Everybody loses. Everybody loses. There's 3 of them in the backfield before I even get the ball in his hands. Shit. Winston, with time, delivers it over the middle. Even though we had middle coverage, we left it open. It's great. Do double sky, double cloud. Come on. Guys, no. Okay, good play by Jay Ward. That's the 2nd or 3rd time I've seen him make some incredible plays for us. Underneath, got him. Nice. Make him run the clock. Make them run the clock. Let's go to a cover 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6, a minute left. Winston back with time. He's looking over the middle again, and it's wide open. Literally wide open. We can't cover anybody downfield. Come on, guys. Don't let him run in. God damn it. I thought that was supposed to be better this year. Well, now we have to have an all-time great drive. We have 37 seconds and 1 timeout. This is going to be interesting. We got ourselves a break, guys. That's a break. We get it at our own 44. Okay, here we go. What are we going to call? Post corner read? Okay, we want to go to Bell here on the corner. I like Felton a little bit here, though. Somebody's going to... Felton. Oh, never mind. He didn't pop open. Okay, I was wrong. I really thought he was going to get out of that break a lot better. He just didn't get out of that break. That corner hugged him really well. Drive Y corner. I feel like we got to do something sneaky here and try to go right up the middle somewhere. Like a deep cross. Something like that. To catch him off guard a little bit. Oh, and they were just perfectly reading that. Try to force it. I'd rather have that. And try to get him on this. McCarthy. Oh, he got it! Oh my god, I thought he was going to run and he didn't see him. Thank God. Okay, we got ourselves pretty close to field goal range, but now we need... Oh, shit. We're just going for it. Will the thrill. Come on, man. Get us to overtime. You've got to be kidding me. All right, so now that we are done, let's review the stats. I cannot believe we lost that game, but it is what it is. So right away, I feel like we're throwing the ball a little too much, or not throwing, but running too many plays, right? So if you look at our play call, we had 20 completions, 35 attempts from McCarthy, and 11 from Murray. So that right there is 46. Then we had Claiborne with 14. So that is 60, 66, 82. So we had 82 plays on offense. That's a lot of plays. I don't know if that's realistic or not. I feel like 60 to 70 is probably a better range. So we might have to bring the quarter length down a little bit, or maybe bring the play clock down a little bit, but that's going to be hard because I'm trying to make some adjustments during the game and I'm not having enough time to do so already. I wouldn't want to see what happens if I don't, but also I'm going to get better as I go, right? I'm still learning how the controls work because they changed all of that. So apparently it's supposed to be easier once you learn the ropes, but it's not very easy up front. So that is where we're going to leave things off. Let me know what you guys think. What is the best course of action for this? Do you guys like the hybrid where I'm watching it sometimes, I'm controlling it sometimes, I'm simming it sometimes? Just let me know. Let me know. Minnesota Vikings franchise. We are here. It's going to be a fun one. Buckle up, and I will talk to you guys next time. So before you leave, if you could hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that bell notification. I'll see you guys next time. And it won't be a month from now.